There you go. Joining us from Arizona, student athletes Skylar Jones and Brea Cunningham. Please wait for the microphone, state your name and affiliation before your first question. If you're joining us on Zoom, please use the hand raise function and we can get to your questions as well. First question on the left, right here.
Hi, this one's for Brea. This is PJ Brown from the Arizona Daily Star. Brea, last night was a little tough for you, right? You came out and you were playing strong like you do, going straight up and everything, and then you had a little bit of foul trouble. What kind of things is Coach Adia talking to you about right now, about how to sort of read the refs and see how they're calling a game so you know exactly, what maybe you can and can't do out there to sort of be able to stay on the floor a lot longer?
We haven't really talked about yesterday yet, because I'm assuming we're going to talk about it in practice today. But like during the game, we don't really change up our game plan. Like, we're always going to be aggressive. We're always going to play aggressive defense. So it's just a matter of me being smart and figuring out what to let go and like when to be aggressive. Just learning how to read those moments a little bit better, because the refs are never going to change. So it's just a matter of me learning how to play with them.
Absolutely.
And in those moments, do Ez or ISIS sort of help you in being a little smarter? Do they give you any tips about how to do that in those moments?
Yeah, I think ISIS and Ez are the first people I kind of go to when I'm in foul trouble, because Ez is always in foul trouble with me, or ISIS. One of us is always in foul trouble. And they're always just telling me, like what ISIS told me yesterday during that game was, like, no matter what, like, coach says, sometimes, like, if you feel like you're not going to be able to make the red or make the play and get a foul, just be smart and, like, just learn how to give up things. Like ISIS was telling me, just be smart and, like, do what you feel like you would be able to do to not get the foul. So, yeah.
Question up front from Pat.
Pat Eatonroth from the Associated Press for both of you. How do you feel, having played one game already in this venue, how does that prepare you for tomorrow? Does it give you an advantage? And how are you guys balancing rest and preparation when you've just come off a big conference tournament and now you've had to play a first four game?
To answer your first question, I actually think it was good that we got to play a game before, just because we got a feel of, because, we're freshmen, so we've never played on this stage before. This is our first NCAA tournament ever, so I feel like for us it was good for us to get a little feel of the game and, get a little rust out, because we haven't played since the Pac-12. So I honestly think it was good in our advantage, so we could get warm and feel the courts, the rims, and things like that, and get back to playing like how we've been playing.
Oh, well, I think it's good that we played a game in here, just getting used to the atmosphere and things like that. Like Skylar said, it's our first time on this kind of like stage and everything, so getting used to that. But honestly, for me, I feel like it doesn't really matter, because it's a new team. So like I feel like I go based off of each game. Like, each game's a new game. So, yeah.
Question on the left from Alexa.
Alexa Philpott, ESPN. Whether it's yesterday dealing with foul trouble or just the season as a whole dealing with, a short rotation, what has kept you guys going and being able to overcome all the adversity that you've been dealt this season? Either or both of you can answer that.
I think something that's kept us together, that we really love each other, and we want to do it for our seniors and let them go out with a bang. And we know we do have 7 people. That's not going to stop us. We just want to do it for them. And, all three of the freshmen, we're getting a lot of experience, so this is going to also help us in the long run. But we're all just really a really close-knit group, and we all have each other's backs. So I think that's really what's been keeping us together. And we want to do it for Adia, too, make her proud.
Yeah, I would say we just, as the season went on, we just got closer and closer together with all the adversity we went through. So, like, this group of 7, we're just playing for each other. Like, when we go out there, it's not about us or, like, one singular person. We're all doing it for each other. So.
Question up front on the left.
So it's a little bit of a two-parter. First of all, how cool is it that you have gear that says 10 toes down? And second, could you explain that for the people in the room who don't know what that means?
Go ahead. 10 toes down is kind of like something that we've, as a group, it's like our motto as the season went on. Like, just 10 toes down in everything we do. We're doing it for each other. It kind of just means, like, 10 toes down, like we're standing for us. kind of, yeah, so.
Yeah, 10 toes down. It's like a saying that we had really telling it because something was happening. We were just telling Adia, like, we're 10 toes down with you. Like, we have your back. Like, the 8-7 that you have, like, we're here for you. We're going to do it for you. Like, we have it, like, we're going to hold it down for you. And then that's just a model that just kept going on throughout the year. And it just shows, like, that shows how tight of a group that we are, that we all, like, we have a little shirt that says it. We have it on our whiteboards and everything. So it's just really important saying for us, and it means a lot.
Questions? I'm going to go to Zoom. I'm going to go to Kim Doss on Zoom. Kim, go ahead.
Kim Doss, Arizona Desert Swarm. And Brea, how difficult has it been for you playing perimeter defense? Because I know that you picked up a couple yesterday there, and it's something new for you. So how are you progressing on that, and how comfortable do you feel?
I feel like I'm getting better in it. Obviously, I still have work to do because I always foul out every other game. But I feel like it's something that I'm getting used to, and it's how we play. So like, we're always going to play aggressive defense. So it's something I'm going to have to learn how to do if I, want to continue to thrive in the system. So it's been hard just learning how to play with refs and everything, and learning when to, like I said before, like learning how to let certain plays go and everything. But I think I'm getting better at it. So.
Question on the left.
Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Post-Standard. Skylar, you guys obviously did a great job with honesty yesterday. You got another good guard again with Syracuse with Adia. I guess, how are they similar? How are they dissimilar from your perspective?
They're both really good 3-level scorers. They're very quick. They can get to the basket. They create their own shots. So I feel like they're similar in that aspect. They're just really good players overall, and they're smart with and without the ball. They know how to move and things like that. They're just both overall really good players.
Is there any challenge Adia presents that's maybe new or different?
I mean, yeah, every game we play is going to be, there's going to be really good players. And I feel like we played that, like the Jujus, the Honesties, the Diasias. So I feel like it's just going to be another one of those games where, like, there's a lot of elite players and a lot of elite scorers, and we just got to play the defense that we know how to play.
Questions? We'll go back up front to Pat.
Just on the lighter side, how have you guys been dealing with the kind of distractions that Connecticut, the state of Connecticut brings you in terms of like 28-degree weather and the long bus rides to and from the venue, and how has it been these last few days being here?
Honestly, we're just grateful to be here. But despite all of that, we're just grateful to be here. It's a lot of teams that, would like to be in our position, so it's just good to be grateful and not complain. So, I mean, it is a little cold, but that's okay.
Yeah, like she said, we're just taking it all in, just enjoying the experience of making it to the tournament. Happy to be here. Like 2 months ago, nobody really thought that we even make it to the tournament. So the fact that we have the opportunity to play these games is fun. And like the long bus rides, I just see it as a chance to like take in the scenery, I guess. I don't know.
Question on the left, Alexa.
It's a bit of a big picture question, but being freshmen and getting used to what Adia requires from you on the defensive end, and obviously seeing how that was able to transpire yesterday, how would you describe what she requires of you defensively and what that Arizona brand of defense looks like?
You or me? I would say what she wants from us is just to give it our all. She just wants us to just play hard, give it everything we got. Like she knows we're out there giving it like all we have and just trying our best, but. Yeah, I think our brand is just aggressive and like, just yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So you go.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like what Brea said, Adia just wants us to play hard. Like, we have a lot of different defensive principles, but at the end of the day, she just wants us to play hard, being denied, watch back cuts, screens, talk, and just communicate and play as a whole.
Any other questions? We have one more on Zoom. Kim, go ahead.
You guys talked there, Skylar, about communicating, and there were some hard screens yesterday that maybe the communication wasn't so great. So, did you guys talk about that, about what you need to do better in those situations?
I mean, we do get hit by screens sometimes, but I feel like the communications does be there. Sometimes you just can't hear it, which is something that we always talk about that we need to improve on, being able for the other people to hear you. But other than that, I feel like our communication is pretty like up there, like with the post telling us what screens are coming, how to switch our feet and things like that. But it's always room for improvements.
Questions? All right, ladies, thank you for your time. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Coach, how are you? Good. A little bit. It's just lights.
Yeah. We love the bright lights.
We're joined by Arizona head coach Adia Barnes. We'll let Coach make an opening statement, and then we'll move on to questions. If you're on Zoom, please use the hand raise function, and we can get to you. And if you're in the audience, please wait for the microphone. State your name and affiliation. Coach.
Survive in advance.
Absolutely.
I'm just happy to be here another day. Fortunate. I thought yesterday we fought. It was definitely a physical game against a really good team, but just have to find a way to get wins at this point. So really happy for our team and proud, because this is a really young team and we battled.
Questions on the left.
PJ Brown, Arizona Daily Star. I'm going to start right in here, Adia. So I know you spent all last night and all this morning scouting Syracuse. What makes them so tough? What are you seeing from them?
Well, I think one of the things is obviously when you have a dynamic player, it's really hard. But I think what makes you think and have to be on your toes against Syracuse is all the changing defenses. So playing against a 3-2, a 1-3-1, a 2-3 for a long period of time can wear on you. And you have to think and look for gaps. And they play kind of like a matchup zone, so we're going to have to be smart and hit shots from the outside. But I think there's so many challenges. Every team is different. And one of the positive things I can say about being in the tournament is the Pac-12 prepares you. So in the Pac-12, it's unlike every other conference where we play Friday, Sunday. So we do this all the time with 7 players, with 6, whatever. We do that in the Pac-12, so I think you see success in the tournament because of that. Other people play Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, and we don't. So I think we're used to turnaround. We're used to having this day in between as a walkthrough, a mental focus versus like a physical practice. So I think we're prepared, but we know they're a really good team. Coach Jack has done a great job with her team, and we know we're going to have to play.
Questions? Alexa on the left.
Alexa Philpott, ESPN.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Just for the emotions of yesterday, I mean, you got your career 150th win, and then
which I didn't even know that going in. I didn't know. I was like, wow, that was that hard for 150 wins. Like I'm looking at Tara, like, oh, I don't know if I'd make it to 1,000.
Well, coming off of that, getting a win with this group and having to really grind it out, what was that like for you? You mentioned how proud you are, but really to see your team be able to grind through that and be able to pull it through.
I mean, really special. I think a lot of people, they weren't sure if we were going to be here. We knew we thought we should be here, but just proud. We start 3 freshmen. And freshmen make mistakes, and freshmen are freshmen. They always say the good thing about a sophomore is they're not freshmen anymore, but I think that we battle, and I think you can't measure heart. I don't think we're the most talented team, but we fight. We play for 40 minutes or however long it takes. We played a ton of overtime games this year, but very proud to do it with this group. We play 7. They play a lot of minutes. We fight. We never give up. And I think just to go in yesterday, it was a really physical game. And it was funny because we're known to play for pretty physical, but the Pac-12 is not nearly as physical as SEC, and that showed yesterday. But just to go out and with foul trouble still find a way, just proud. And Helena, I think, has really stepped up and led us. She's the only player that's remaining from the Final Four team. So it shows. She has poise and composure, and she's a leader, and she kind of took over at some points in the game. And we're just finding ways to win. Jada didn't play her best game offensively, but what she did was she wasn't hitting shots, so she attacked the rim and got to the free throw line. So this team is so resilient, has so much heart, and those are things that aren't measurable. And so just proud of getting this win. It felt good.
We'll go to Pat up front.
Hi, Coach. Pat Eaton-Rob from the Associated Press. Hey, I know you deleted the tweet, but it's not the first time we've heard about
What tweet?
the tweet about how far away the
Well, yeah, I
yeah,
wasn't
you know.
and I honestly was, because the NCAA has been amazing here. I have a lot of friends I know on the committee, and the group's been amazing. I just was saying it's a far drive. So it wasn't to be critical. It was just to be factual.
Can you just address some of the distractions, though, of coming here, which is far away from hotels and restaurants and things.
Well,
And
it's
also,
far away from Tucson too.
yeah, and I was going to mention it's also a little bit different climate than your team
Very different.
is used to, and how they've been dealing with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we don't care. You could have told me we're going to Afghanistan, and I'd have been like, okay, like it didn't matter who we play, where we play. We would have been ready for everything, anything. But to go across the country to 2 time zones, it's not easy. But it's not an excuse. We'll still find a way. And the good thing about freshmen, they don't realize the difference. They just play. But I think that it's hard when you're an hour away. It's cold. For us, it's cold. After you lived in Arizona, you go anywhere and you freeze. I mean, you get like soft. I don't know what it is. And I came from Seattle. Seattle, I was used to the rain and stuff. But anything after being in Arizona, you just get used to. We left, it was like 70, right? It was 70 and sunny. And we came here, it's like 40. So it's just different, but I think that's the great thing. We're on the road. There's some adversity, but if any team can handle adversity, it's Arizona. We've lost half of our scoring this year. We've had people quit. We've had people removed from the team, and we still find a way. So driving an hour is nothing. We get more time to bond. So it's actually a good thing.
Question. We'll go to Alexa on the left.
Coach, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but having so many freshmen on the team, and this is their first experience, so they don't know any better, which I guess you could say is a good thing. In some ways, it's a bad thing. How have you noticed how they've just rode with the waves of what it comes to play in the NCAA tournament, and handling adversity, but also being up for the challenge?
Yeah, so I'd say the first thing is that they're prepared for this moment because all year they've been playing and getting minutes and getting experience in a really hard conference. So I think that facing all those great teams every game and winning teams like really close, losing multiple games by 1 point or in overtime against teams that are way better than us, I think it gave them confidence, and I think they know that we can play with anybody. So I don't think they really knew what to expect, and so they just go out and play. But I did not see anything. I looked in their eyes. I didn't see Jada nervous. I didn't see Brea nervous or Skylar. I think their mentality and their want to win and their hearts and their, we always say that like their fight is there. So those are things you can't measure. And I don't think, if you look at us as far as talent-wise, you'd say we're probably the least talented in the Pac-12. But I mean, I was saying you can't measure heart, you can't measure toughness, and you can't measure mentality. And I think one of the leaders as a freshman is Jada. And Jada is a fierce competitor. She's a leader as a freshman, and we're molding her to have a bigger role in leadership. I think when she first came, she would be like kind of scared to say things, and we give her a voice, we empower her, and she's just grown in that space, and I love it. And to see a freshman doing that, I'm just excited to see like what that's going to look like in the future. But they're our foundation, and this is a really solid foundation. And I think that as a coach, there's challenges. Like if you get these McDonald's All-Americans and they don't play, what's going to happen? They're going to transfer the next year. So the good thing is no one complains about playing time right now, and they all play, and there's an opportunity. So I think that when I look at the big picture, this is setting up something special for later, because my teams are the best, and we've been together a while because of our system is complex. And we're better when we can grow together like that Final Four team. We were together 3 years. So I see this group being that, and now we just add some pieces to it. But these freshmen are really fun to coach. And we've lost some games where I've been like, I'll give you an example of how young we are. There was a big game, I think it was against USC, and we had 2 young players. I'm not gonna say their names because I might be embarrassed, but we're at a free throw line. Okay, so usually you'll pinch or you'll be on one side, or you'll double pinch if there's really 2 people guard one on both sides, right? If they're really good rebounders. Well, I had 2 freshmen double pinch the shooter. And I was like, no, you never double pinch a shooter because they're shooting. You would never do that. And they were like, oh, we didn't know. But that's just, they're young. I mean, they don't know certain things or don't know situations, and they're learning. And I'm like, wow, they're learning every day. So that process has been really fun because I'm seeing them improve. I mean, I know, PJ, you watch our team, but Skylar is a different player than she was a month ago. So just to watch that process has been really fun.
We'll go front row on the left.
So this is a little bit different. So last night you found out that a member of the Seattle Storm family passed away unexpectedly. What did she mean to you?
Well, she was head of finance. I don't know her role now. I didn't even know she was still working there, actually. She was there years ago when I was there. It's just sad. I think whenever you when someone isn't old, and obviously you just don't expect it. I think sad for the Storm family. I was a part of that organization for so long. Like, the owners of the Storm married me twice. I'm married to the same person, but we got married twice. We haven't been divorced. But so I just am really close to that group, and just sad. I mean, heartbreaking.
Question back left.
Adia, I wondered, as your roster has sort of shrunk, did you consider changing your defensive approach at all? And what made you decide, no, we're going to do it anyway?
No, because I just looked at, I modified. We absolutely have changed. Just because by necessity and personnel. Because the way we play, we can play 11 players easily. We have modified on-ball defense, not pressing as much. But I couldn't completely modify because we weren't going to be able to score. So we weren't the biggest team. If we then changed our whole style, I don't know how we'd manufacture points. So for us to be able to steal and go in transition, that's just kind of what we had to do to score. If it was going to be half-court game and play in the quarter-court, like, I don't know who's going to – we don't have a go-to player. So that wasn't going to be a strength, and we would end up losing a lot. So as it shrunk, just had to be smarter, and it's really challenging. I've grown as a coach this year. It's really challenged me because we have not been able to practice for 2 months. So it's been walkthrough, it's been more intentional about things and cutting things down. Like today we'll do a walkthrough for like 30 minutes and being conscious of saving their legs or else they couldn't sustain this. And I don't know how Helena Puello does it. I mean, she played 39 minutes yesterday. And I have to find a way to probably give her a couple minutes here and there, but she wants to play. Sometimes I'm like, do you need a break? She's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, are you sure? And I see her eating these chews and stuff because she's a diabetic. So she has to test like every 30 minutes. So for her to do that, I think that they just want to win and they want to play for me. And so I think that they just are going for it. But I'm trying to do what I can to minimize the impact in every other way. So today we sent some kids to cryo. Do you guys all know what cryo is? It's painful. Thank God I'm not them because it hurts for 3 minutes. But just sent them to cryo and doing recovery off their legs, really short practices. So players are happy. If you're a player and you know you're going to play and you're not going to practice a lot, that's like the perfect situation. So we probably will have no transfers this year. Maybe not now, but probably not. So just being smart and just maintaining them.
We'll take a question from Zoom. Kim, go ahead.
Kim Doss, Arizona Desert
Kim.
Storm. Adia, everyone talks about your defense, but with offense, I was looking, and everyone has improved since Pac-12 play as far as their production, except Brea, of course, because of her foul situation. But what do you have to say about the way the team has come together and been more maybe unselfish or whatever you want to call it?
So every time there was some sort of change, I think it just brought us together. I think we have a really cohesive group that really plays for each other, and they play for us as coaches, and they care. So I think that as you saw shifts in the program and people get hurt, I think it just made people want to fight more and do it more. And I think, you know, they made the slogan up, this 10 toes down, was when we only had 6 players at one point, and I was talking to the team in the locker room, and then the girls said, you know, one of them said, it was actually Jada. She was like, we're 10 toes down, we're all in it for you, we're just gonna play. We don't care if it's 5, 6, 7, we got it. Like, it was really a powerful moment, so I made sweatshirts for it and stuff. But it was powerful because they were like, whatever it is, however many players we have, we're gonna go. And we got you, and we just got better. And so sometimes there's, you know, addition by subtraction, and it is what it is. And I think that our unselfishness, our cohesiveness, our togetherness shows on the court through our defense. Because if you're not a cohesive unit, like, it shows in defense. If you look at all fragmented teams, like, that play defense, if you're not together, you don't have each other's back, you're not gonna play defense because you're not gonna be in help side. You're not gonna do the hard things. You're not gonna rotate, or you're not gonna help the helper. Those are things that show, and I think it also shows in offense with giving up shots, giving up a good shot to get your teammate a great shot. And I think those things show on the court, and I think what showed is that we want to play for each other. We're unselfish. Like, Helena's probably the most unselfish player I've ever coached, or she is the most unselfish player I've ever coached. It's never about her. It's not about her stats. It's just whatever it takes. And different people have stepped up on different nights, so I think it just shows, like, the care and the chemistry we have.
We are out of time. Coach, thank you
Cool,
so
thank
much.
you. Thanks.
Good luck. It is.
Nice, you can just slide.